Believes in this team because of the senior leadership with guys like Joey Terenzi.
He asked the question to us and to his team. Can we do it in the dome? We find out right now. First face-off battle of the day. John Mullen versus Andrew Greenspan. And Virginia's out of there with it. Robbie Hopper with the pickup. And Virginia has possession. One of the things they've done very well over the last 4 weeks.
Robbie Hopper leads the team in non-face-off ground balls. He's only,
as you said, and over the last 4 games, they're shooting it at 37%. Greenspan again. They put him at the face-off spot over the last month as he gets knocked down by Mullen. Flag flies. And that'll go against Mullen in that fight. Virginia's gotten goaltending, and they've gotten possession.
Or over.
Technical hold, 30 seconds.
That's a hold on Mullen. For the goalie, Jake Merrick. It's been over 50% 4 straight. Greenspan's been over 50% 4 of the last 5 games. He wasn't the starter earlier in the year. It was a freshman, Griff Meyer, but on the season, he's at 58%, and he's giving this team the sticks, they have the shooters, and they have the experience together. If, you know, we're putting our nose down at top 18 nationally. That's good, but this is a unit, a lot of these pieces have been together for 3 years. They should be top 10, top 5.
Hopper got blasted. That was Mullen, the face-off man, who laid a hit. Hopper doesn't look happy about it, but Syracuse escapes. And McCarthy takes it over the line. Orange have it.
Great ground ball by Joey Spallina, and so alert to look upfield to Tyler McCarthy.
Gets a round of applause for his efforts. Huddle!
But he's moving around in this game a lot more. I thought in the North Carolina game, no fault of his, that the offense was stagnant. Now you're seeing him up in the midfield, getting involved in the ride, getting ground balls.
Mullen out, another Mullen. It opens up. Jake Merrick equal.
That's a great stop by Jake Merrick. I think Merrick's been spot on. This is his first time in the dome. Virginia didn't travel. Simmons looked at the turf as a blank canvas, and his players were his pieces of art, right? He put them in all different places, and it was like a collage. And Desco was very scheme-oriented, X's and O's, and you put the two together, it just worked. Playing time. Kirst was on a historic pace in terms of breaking every goal record, which he did do. I don't know who that team is yet, and I'm okay with that.
Henry Metz, face-off win, comes down the middle and hit the post, then got his rebound. Free on the outside, and Syracuse picks it up. So Virginia's backup face-off guy had to take one after a violation. He almost scored.
Virginia has to figure out their shooting. 1 for the game. You don't see that a ton. It's a high hit. Ejected, didn't play a week later. Missed the Duke game. And as a result, Syracuse had to change up a lot of their personnel in terms of defenders going up top to Kaczynski's normal spot, because in that Georgetown game, he was ejected.
Mullen sticks it.
Watch this shot. It's almost like he catches it, pauses and locates the cage, and then the accuracy takes over. This is a high-level shot by the rookie. Catches it, just the hand speed. He's not rushing that shot. He knows when he gets the ball, he's got a couple seconds based on where his defender is shading and helping towards the middle. That is a masterful shot by Brendan Mullen in terms of not rushing it, locating the cage, and that's something the Cavaliers have not done to this point.
Can I go back to the word you just used, rookie, as a freshman who just did that?
Yes.
5 points per game as a freshman. 5-star came in with the hype. He is obliterating the hype, and Virginia's got another possession. Face off from Henry Metz.
It's a kid who's used to pressure. The #1 rated recruit in the country.
Virginia last year in Charlottesville, it's what he does.
Everyone thinks of Michael Leo as like a hired lefty gun. He came into today's contest with 17 assists. The kid can play. He's going to be drafted next week in April 14th, PLL draft. I envision the first 2 rounds.
Here he is.
That's aggressive D. Meredith is all over him. The midfield line. You want them to be offensive threats. Billy Dwan is just that.
He and Syracuse have the lead. 5-3, 7 to go here in the second quarter, opening half from the Dome. Another face-off. Virginia's had the edge here, 6 out of the first 8. Now everyone's involved. Meredith had it. It was in his stick, then out of his stick, then he swept it. And Robbie Hopper does it again. It's his fourth ground ball.
You want them to be offensive threats. Billy Dwan is just that.
He and Syracuse have the lead. 5-3, 7 to go here in the second quarter, opening half from the Dome. Another face-off. Virginia's had the edge here, 6 out of the first 8. Now everyone's involved. Meredith had it. It was in his stick, then out of his stick, then he swept it. And Robbie Hopper does it again. It's his fourth ground ball. Shoveled it. Mullen inside. That was easy for Sunderland. His second in a row. Virginia within 1.
Robbie Hopper will drive you crazy as a coach because he'll go over the head and he'll take chances and risks. But the rewards are plays like this. His ability to strike in transition, and we talk about PLL defenders. Robbie Hopper will be one eventually, but he's just a young buck right now. A freshman in college, the top-rated LSM and nationally in high school, starts the transition game. You see how his head is up. He's running the field right now like an offensive midi. And you see that little lever pass, too. He doesn't break stride, and then McCabe Mullen has had some elite passes in this game. 2 in a row, right to Truett Sutherland. Back-to-back, McCabe Mullen, Truett Sutherland.
Just wondering, Clark, have you ever told Robbie Hopper not to throw a check?
Yes.
That he went and threw?
Going over the head against Matthew Jeffrey from Notre Dame a few weeks ago with a minute left. Don't do it, don't do it. He does it and he nails it. He missed the prior 2 over the head checks in the game, so I was just going off of history and also just trying to be a little bit conservative.
Lars Tiff.
Shots with that big frame.
And again, Lars Tiffany, talk about all these different things they've done really well over the last few weeks. They have faced off at a higher level. They've shot it at a higher level. Connecticut blood, Canadian finish, playing under the banners that his dad helped raise in the 90s. Roy Colsey, Syracuse legend, scoring against the Orange.
Teammate of mine in high school and college.
National champion teammate of yours. As Leo comes out of there with it, under 3.5 to go in this opening.
Behind. That is a perfect example of attacking from behind. You start your dodge from behind with Spalina, and then you end it with the behind cut.
Face-off win. Mullen down the middle. Mullen!
When I watch Virginia on tape, they are most vulnerable. When
today, 24 on the year, 1-goal game, 9 seconds to go. Mullen, Greenspan down, threw it blindly. Mullen couldn't get it clean. Final seconds, and that'll do it for the first half. They play 1-goal games again and again. We have
up day of. So this is a different environment for this guy. Like, if there's one player I want getting the extra reps in a practice, it's the goalie, and he didn't get them.
John Mullen just won a face-off. He was 3 for 11.
Count. 44%.
Lars Tiffany made the point to us this week, as this is won by Greenspan. Out he goes, quick escape. He got hacked from behind, lost it. Kaczynski in there, then this was thrown to nobody. Michael Meredith scoops it.
That's another one. That will drive. His uncle Matt played for Loyola, both from my hometown. They played exactly like him. Same type of cradle, the same mannerisms. It's like watching those two.
Mullen right back. Pole goal, face-off goal, 2 quick hits.
Merrick's rattled. For the first time in 5 games, he's on the ropes. And Syracuse tastes it. They can feel it. This is where face-offs aren't created equal, right? Because Johnny Mullen has been getting dominated statistically but it's a face-off win into a goal. It's a momentum builder after a Billy Dwan goal. Those are two huge goals. Like, the Dome reacts different. That's not like your typical Spallina to Finn Thompson inside. That's a pole goal and a face-off goal. That will get this fan base completely juiced.
2 goals, 6 seconds, and an F1 race for Syracuse has them by 4 to begin the third quarter.
And I know Jake Merrick is made of the right stuff. This is an Air Force college lacrosse, and what the McCabe Mullen and Brendan Mullen are doing is it's kind of nuts. 2 kids under the same roof, the top scoring duo nationally.
2 #1 recruits, which is one thing. It's an amazing thing to come out of high school and be that. But then to come here and do it. On the outside again, Lyndon Verville, the rare foray in. And sets it for Virginia. They get possession. They face-off edge in the first half over John Mullen, a trio of Greenspan and Metz. Largest Syracuse lead right here, right now, 11-7.
And if you're a Virginia fan, you might say, oh, let's pull Jake Merrick. They've tried that before. I think they're past that. I think that he needs to weather this storm. And Lars Tiffany's made a decision. Jake Merrick is his guy. But the reality is, this offense is getting their shots. Over 30 already. Plenty of time left. But they're not the right shots. I don't think they're the good angled shots. I think they need more ball rotation. I think they need to get Syracuse moving, and then there could be some skip passes, some through passes, which they're really good at, which ultimately lead.
How does Virginia find a way offensively? How do they take a jump offensively? Give it to that guy.
What have I been saying? Get it to that guy, but where? From behind. Not just get it to him. Get it behind, because if he feels a slide, then he becomes the passer. Ball carrier and the pick that's being set. So Spallina's not getting separation. He's not breaking that matchup, but he's getting the eyes of the Virginia defense.
Finally, Greenspan wins a face-off for Virginia. Showing the fruits. 4 points today. Syracuse restores the 4-goal lead. And Mullen's got another face-off.
What I think he's done really well in this, to you guys, I mean, the sport is my life, and I wouldn't have had the opportunities as a lacrosse player, as a broadcaster, without you. And I think of your journey from player from West Jenny to assistant coach in the early 80s to the 11 national championships. When you think of Syracuse lacrosse as a whole, like, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I think it's family. As I talked about earlier, just the fans that are here, that have been here forever.
Needed 6 to tie Mikey Powell for the all-time Syracuse points record. He's 1 away. Could happen right here. Mullen trying to get there. Virginia needs it. 5-goal deficit. 2.5 to go on the outside. And they do escape. Aiden Murnane ahead. It's going to have to be perfect from here on out for the Who's. Pull chance. And McCool again. Rebound. Again McCool. Third one never got there.